Welcome back to the series, Selecting the Right Childcare Center. This is part 3 of the series. If you have not watched parts 1 and 2, please go back and watch those before viewing this one, because they will lay a solid foundation for what we're going to talk about today. Today, you have done your research on a childcare center or centers, you've taken the tour of the facility, and now you need to know what very specific questions you need to ask before you enroll your child. I'm going to give you the top 5 questions you should ask after you tour that center. These questions can be asked while you're at the tour, or you may want to take that parent handbook home, read over it, and see if these questions are answered. If they are not, set up a second tour or call the director of the center and have some time to have a conversation about these questions. The question you're going to ask about is background checks for all teachers, employees, staff members, directors, anyone who is working or volunteering at the facility. Now, every state has its own regulations what background checks must be done, but you need to know what those are. For example, in my state, we have to do a full FBI background check, and we also have to do a child abuse registry check. The second thing that you want to ask about is the center's emergency procedures. Every center should do monthly fire drills, tornado drills, lockdown drills, and depending on where you live, possibly earthquake drills. The third question you're going to want an answer to is, what is the medical training of the teachers and staff? Do they have CPR and first aid? Is there someone who is a first responder or an EMT or maybe even a nurse that works on the staff? At my center and preschool, we require every single staff member and teacher to have CPR training every 2 years, and also AED and first aid training. We also have someone on our staff who is a former EMT and has a lot of good medical knowledge. With regard to medical training, you also need to ask who gives medications, what types of medications are given, prescription or non-prescription, what parents have to do to let you know that their child needs medication, and who administers that medication, and is there a record of it. Also ask questions about allergies. If your child has allergies, make sure the school knows that and ask how they deal with allergic reactions. Fourth question you will want to ask is about the experience and education of the teachers and caregivers at the center. Do they have degrees? Do they have at least a high school diploma? How many years experience does the average caregiver or teacher have? What kind of degrees do they have? Is it an associate's degree in early childhood, as most of them will need for preschool and even for childcare? Does anybody on their staff have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree? What kind of experience do they have outside of childcare? It's very question number 5. You need to know what curriculum or type of teaching methods that the center uses for the age group your child will be in. For example, do they do seat work only in preschool? Do they have learning centers where children rotate and get to play with toys, because we know children learn through play? Do they have developmental checklists or milestone checklists for infants, toddlers, preschoolers? You need copies of that, or you need to know what the curriculum is. It does not have to be a box curriculum, although most of those are fine for preschool, but you need to know what is going on in the classroom, how the teachers are teaching social, emotional, academics, and how they're expecting the kids to learn. Working with infants and children all the way through high school. I currently have 2 of my own children working on their master's degree, so I've also dealt with the college level kids too. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you next time on Crib to College.